Okay, my name's Evan Mulch. I promised some people that I'd do a video on 5G. I learned a lot about it at the city council meeting this evening in Spartanburg County, actually the city of Spartanburg. So at the city council meeting, I was there and I learned from, I think I watched three people speak and was really unaware of what's going on with 5G, but now I decided to put a video together and study it. I was really appalled because at the city council meeting, the city attorney really was trying to push to pass an ordinance to allow for the uh, implementation of creating these 5G wireless networks all across Spartanburg. There was there's nothing to be sure on. It just was an ordinance to get passed, and then Verizon and AT&T and T and all these giant companies would then make a decision on where they're going to put these, and we'd go from there. But the people that spoke really made a lot of sense, and there are health concerns with wireless technology like this. I mean, um, this has not been experimented on humans yet. This is so we are the test dummies for all this. That's not a good thing. I don't think any of us wants to have our health changed by these EMF signals that come from these 5G towers. And a lot of us know that there's a plan for depopulation, one world government, and where we're all submitting to the one world government in the future if we survive. Because they're trying to kill us in so many different ways. And if you don't believe that, there's so many facts out there that prove that. And actually, the people that are gunning for this, they say it themselves. So if you have questions about that, just feel free to ask me. I work as a field coordinator for the John Birch Society full time. Right now, I'm doing this is my own video here just to explain 5G to the best of my ability, and just to do some study while I'm doing this video and to better understand it myself. So I'm not an expert on this. I'm helping to get the word out. I'm going to post this video in the 5G Spartanburg Facebook page. But anyways, I'm going to watch just a couple minutes of this video. It's really good. So I just wanted to, I think this is a really good part of it.
Them are a security concern. And, in that context, it isn't hard to see why Chinese companies like Huawei and ZTE are now being targeted as potential national security threats and barred from developing 5G networking.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it right there. We all know that China, communist China, is out to get us. I mean, look at the prescription pills a lot of older Americans are taking right now. They're being laced with motor fuel oil or jet fuel oil. We just found that out. A lot of people taking heart medication. It's tainted medicine, and there's really no repercussions from what I understand that are taking place. There is a war against America, and China is leveraging its manufacturing base to try to kill our seniors, and there's more to it than that. But so they're going to try every which way to control us, and that's what we've got to understand as Americans. This isn't about free markets, trading with China, China trading with us. This is how we create friendships. No, China has their government is a Marxist government. I mean, they support this plan for a one world government. They want to control it, but they probably think they have a pretty good chance of controlling it. And the way it looks, they do have a good chance. And so, how are they going to control Americans? Because the crazy Americans that we like to have rights. We like to have freedom. And the one way they can take it away from us is through these 5G networks. And this video is going to explain that.
Infrastructure in country after country. After all, with access to that much data and information, let alone the ability to communicate with, hack into, or disable everything from our smart TV to our smart door locks to our smart car, a potential adversary with control of the 5G network would have nearly limitless power to surveil and control a target population. But given that these powers, the ability to access our most intimate data and to take control of our homes and personal appliances, are not bugs, but features of the 5G connected Internet of Things, the question is, why is there such a headlong rush to connect this network? Is demand for smart dishwashers and smart toothbrushes and smart baby monitors really so overwhelming that it requires us to put the security of our homes, our possessions, and our families at risk? What is really driving this frenzy for a world where every new object we buy presents another potential vulnerability, another device that can be hacked into to steal our information, to track our location, to record our conversations, and to disable our appliances? One answer to this question lies in the fact that intelligence agencies, whether Chinese or Russian, CIA or MI6, Mossad or CSIS, will make use of the vast amounts of data flowing through these networks to spy on the public. In fact, the members of the so-called intelligence community do not even hide this fact. They openly gloat about it. In 2012, then CIA Director David Petraeus admitted at a summit hosted by In-Q-Tel, the CIA's venture capital firm, that the CIA was not just able to, but actually eager to use these smart devices as a tool for spying. Transformational is an overused word, but I do believe it properly applies to these technologies, Petraeus was quoted as saying, particularly to their effect on clandestine tradecraft. Items of interest will be located, identified, monitored, and remotely controlled through technologies such as radio frequency identification, sensor networks, tiny embedded servers, and energy harvesters, all connected to the next generation internet using abundant, low-cost, and high-power computing. Lest there be any doubt about the intelligence community's intentions to use these devices to spy on the population, then Director of National Intelligence James Clapper confirmed this approach in a report to the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence in 2016. Smart devices incorporated into the electric grid, vehicles, including autonomous vehicles, and household appliances are improving efficiency, energy conservation, and convenience. However, security industry analysts have demonstrated that many of these new systems can threaten data privacy, data integrity, or continuity of services. In the future, intelligence services might use the IoT for identification, surveillance, monitoring, location tracking, and targeting for recruitment, or to gain access to networks or user credentials. Whistleblowers from within the intelligence establishment, whistleblowers like Russ Tice and Bill Binney, who are actively shunned by the same mainstream media that breathlessly reported on Edward Snowden, have already laid out in exhaustive detail how the NSA is collecting all data flowing through the internet as we know it. Every phone call, every email, every web search, every file stored to the cloud, everything that passes from one computer or phone to another is being stored, cataloged, databased, and data mined to construct detailed profiles of ordinary citizens. But now that the 5G network is promising to deliver us not an internet of phones and computers, but an internet of things, from cars and watches to fridges and hats to milk jugs and floor tiles, when every manufactured object is broadcasting information about you and your activities to the world at large by default, and when it is discovered that opting out of this surveillance grid is not an option, the true nature of the 5G panopticon will finally begin to dawn on the public. But by that point, it will already be too late.
Cities use data
All right,
every day.
well, I'm going to stop that.
Everything
That's
from
from the Corbett report that's called the 5G Dragnet. I've also watched a video called Kill Grid, 5G Networks and Frequency Warfare. That's by the SGT report. That really gets deeper than the video we were just watching. That was by the Corbett report. It goes into the diabolical purpose of the 5G network. But anyways, this is all something that we need to be concerned about as Americans. And I just, after witnessing what took place at the city council meeting, there was the city attorney really pushed for the ordinance to be passed. It was kind of creepy because you could just tell there were a lot of people in the audience. It was overwhelmingly against the ordinance. And his explanation was that we needed to get it passed or else they're just going to do it anyways, because the federal government has full control over our county due to the FCC commission's rights that they have in our area. But the fact is we have our rights to our privacy. That's a Fourth Amendment right. That's actually a God-given right. And the only reason the founders added that to the Constitution was just to remind people what the God-given right was. And they said in the Constitution, the Fourth Amendment is the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized. So here's what's going on. In China, they don't have these rights they don't recognize God-given rights. And so the one world government people, the globalists, they want us to submit to giving up our right to ourselves, our right to our homes, our right to the privacy that we so many of us. I mean, if you get rid of that right to privacy, people really change. They quit being themselves, and that we're already seeing that right now because we know the NSA does spy on us through cell phones. They're tracking us on Facebook. They're probably tracking this video. Good thing is there's probably not enough of them to watch everything, and I don't really do anything that I'm that concerned about personally. But there's so many of us right now in America that understand what's going on. That if enough of us do take action, we will become. I hate to say great again because I know a lot of people are just tired of that, but we're going to become better than ever, is what I would say. America can become better than ever if we reinforce those God-given rights once again and just really focus on restoring our constitutional republic. And I do this because my heart's in it. I could have easily stayed in business and kept doing what I was doing, but I read about the Council on Foreign Relations, the plan for a New World Order, and I thought, well, I might as well just stop things for now and try to save America. What greater thing is there to do but to save your country and to protect your church and do all that you can for God? I mean, it's just where I'm at right now, and so a couple of people asked me, what you should do to really get involved and fight this. Well, if you live in Spartanburg City, you need to get involved with the people that are in charge of the Spartanburg 5G Facebook group and just get organized, show up at the next meeting, meet with your city council members about this. This is serious stuff, and let them help you. Ask them for help. They're more than willing to help. They seriously just did not think there were that many people um, out there that would want to help and well, there aren't enough. I would agree with them. There's not enough people awake to this, but very few people knew this was going on in Spartanburg. So if you live in Spartanburg, get involved with a Facebook group. Meet people for lunch. Meet with your city council members. Share this video. And also consider joining the John Birch Society because this is not the only fight against the New World Order, or this is not the only thing we need to expose. We're going to win this by education. The more people that get educated, the better off we are. We're winning people over that are on the bad side. They're the kids of the one worlders, the globalists. The kids are, there's people that are drifting our direction that could have inherited, the rights to this, globalist um, uh, game plan where they would be at the top of the ladder, but they're choosing to side with Americans. And Americans are very special. There's no place around the world where there are people like us who desire freedom the way that we do. And so it's so important that we stick together and that we take action. So I'd encourage you to become a member of the John Birch Society on John Birch Society's website, jbs.org, and you can feel free to message me or talk to me. And if you do live in Spartanburg, please get involved. God bless you, and thanks for watching.